welcome back to the physics class. In the previous class we started the 5th chapter, refraction of light, and we studied what is refraction, and today we are going to study about refraction in different media. In the previous class we already studied that the speed of light through various media differs. So for studying that, here you can see a glass slab and here is an experiment related with it. Here a glass slab is placed on a drawing sheet, okay, and mark its boundary as ABCD. After marking the boundary on the drawing sheet, remove the glass slab and draw a line PQ on the side AB that you can see in this figure. Keeping the glass slab in position, pass light from a laser torch through it along PQ. Observe the path of light through the glass slab. At that time we can see that the light travels through the glass slab and enters into the air. At that time QR is the incident ray and RS is the refracted ray. We can draw normal at Q on AB and at R on CD. And from the figure you can understand that AB is the surface of separation of air and glass, and that CD is the surface of separation of glass and air. So from the figure, can you say which is the incident ray on the surface of separation CD? Yes, it is QR. And we already studied that the angle between the incident ray and the normal is called the angle of incidence, and the angle between the refracted ray and normal is the angle of refraction. If we are measuring the angle of incidence and the angle of refraction using a protractor, we will get the values as different. When light enters from air to glass, the angle of refraction is lesser than the angle of incidence. That you can understand from this figure. And when light enters from glass to air, the angle of refraction is greater than the angle of incidence. So from this, can you say which one has the greater optical density, air or glass? Yes, glass has the greater optical density. While going from air to glass, the refracted ray deviates towards the normal, like in this figure. When light enters from glass to air, it deviates away from the normal. That means while entering from air to glass, that is from a medium of lower optical density to that of a medium of greater one, the refracted ray deviates towards the normal, and when light enters from a medium of greater optical density to that of a lower one, the refracted ray deviates away from the normal. And here we can see that the angle of incidence, angle of refraction and the normal at the point of incidence are on the same plane. So let's conclude the experiment once more. While entering from air to glass, that is from a medium of lower optical density to that of a greater one, the refracted ray deviates towards the normal. The second point, while entering from glass to air, that is from a medium of greater optical density to that of a lower one, the refracted ray deviates away from the normal. And from this we can say that the glass has the greater optical density. And the third point, the angle of incidence, angle of refraction and the normal at the point of incidence are in the same plane, that we already see in this figure. Next one, refractive index. So here you can see two tables. First one, the light enters from air to glass, and the second one, light from glass to air. And you can see in the first table, when the light enters from air to glass, the angle of incidence is different. And according to the angle of incidence, the angle of refraction is also different. So here the sin I, that is the incident ray, and sin R, that is the refracted ray. By dividing sin I by sin R, the value, we will get the value as 1.5. So it is the constant value. Similarly, when light enters from glass to air, also it makes different angle of incidence and the angle of refraction. And by dividing sin I by sin r, we will get the constant value here, that is 0.7. That means whenever the angle of incidence and the angle of refraction is different, but the ratio will be a constant. So that is the refractive index, that means sin I by sin r. When light passes through different pairs of media, the angle of refraction increases with the angle of incidence. So what is refractive index? The ratio of the sine of the angle of incidence to the sine of the angle of refraction, that is sin I by sin r, will be a constant. And this constant is known as refractive index, indicated by the small letter n. So here are some laws of refraction. The first point, the angle of incidence, angle of refraction and the normal at the point of incidence on the surface of separation of the two media will always be in the same plane, that we already see in the previous experiment. Second one, the ratio of the sine of the angle of incidence to the sine of the angle of refraction, that is sin I by sin r, will always be a constant. That means in the table shown, we see that the refractive index of the glass is a constant, that is 1.5. It doesn't change. So this is known as Snell's law. So next we are going to learn about how to find out the refractive index. So here we are going to find out the refractive index of glass when light enters from air to glass. And we know speed of light in air is 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. And speed of light in glass is 2 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. And by dividing speed of light in air with speed of light in glass, we will get the refractive index of the glass, that is 1.5. And the refractive index has no unit because it is a ratio. So we have to write it without unit. Okay. So that's about refractive index. So learn well the topic. See you in the next class. Thank you for watching.